English wasn't always a global language. It started small on a little island nation. Back then, Latin reigned supreme. It was the language of learning, diplomacy, and power across Europe. But the world was changing. Exploration, trade, and colonization were reshaping global interactions. England, with its growing empire, played a pivotal role in this transformation. English, once confined to a corner of Europe, began its journey across the world. As the British Empire expanded, so did its language. English sailed across the oceans, carried by colonists, traders, and explorers. It took root in new lands, leaving its mark on the languages and cultures it encountered. From the Americas to Asia, English gained a foothold. It became the language of administration, commerce, and communication in many parts of the British Empire. This expansion wasn't always peaceful or equitable. The story of English is a story of power, influence, and the enduring impact of historical events. The British Empire's reach was vast, spanning continents and influencing the course of history. From the bustling streets of colonial India to the trading posts of Africa, English became a common thread connecting diverse peoples and cultures. As British influence expanded, so did the use of English in education, government, and trade. In many colonies, English became the language of upward mobility, essential for accessing opportunities within the colonial system. This created a linguistic hierarchy, with English often viewed as the language of power and prestige. The adoption of English, however, was not always a matter of coercion. In some cases, local populations embraced English as a means of communication, trade, and engagement with the wider world. Missionaries, driven by a desire to spread Christianity, established schools and translated religious texts into local languages, often using English as a bridge language. The spread of English, while contributing to its global status, also had profound effects on indigenous languages and cultures. It is essential to approach this history with sensitivity and acknowledge the multifaceted nature of language's role in shaping global power dynamics. The Internet, a revolutionary technology, has fundamentally reshaped how we communicate and access information. It has also solidified the dominance of English, making it the de facto language of the digital realm. From websites and social media platforms to online education and international business, English reigns supreme in the online world. The early days of the Internet were dominated by English-speaking countries, particularly the United States. As the Internet expanded, it inherited this linguistic bias. English became the language of coding, web development, and online content creation. Today, a significant portion of online content is in English. This makes English an essential skill for anyone seeking to engage with the vast resources and opportunities available online. The Internet has created a feedback loop, reinforcing the dominance of English. The digital age has cemented English's status as a global language. English may be a global language, but it is far from the only one spoken around the world. Mandarin Chinese, with over 1 billion speakers, boasts the highest number of native speakers globally. Spanish, Hindi, Arabic, and countless other languages thrive in their respective regions, representing rich cultural and linguistic diversity. While English holds sway as a lingua franca, languages like Mandarin Chinese are gaining prominence. China's economic rise and growing global influence have led to an increased demand for Mandarin language learning worldwide. Similarly, Spanish, with its vast number of speakers across Latin America and beyond, continues to assert its presence on the global stage. The global linguistic landscape is dynamic and constantly evolving. While English maintains its dominance as a language of international communication, other languages, driven by demographic shifts, economic growth, and cultural influence, are gaining ground. The relationship between language and power is complex and multifaceted. Section 5. The future of language. Predictions and possibilities. Predicting the future of language is a complex endeavor. Just as languages have evolved and shifted throughout history, so too will they continue to adapt to changing circumstances. The rise of regional powers like China and India is already challenging the linguistic dominance of English. As these countries gain economic and geopolitical clout, their languages, Mandarin Chinese and Hindi respectively, are gaining prominence in international affairs. This shift suggests a future where multiple languages share the global stage, each with its sphere of influence. Technology, while initially bolstering the dominance of English, is now playing a role in promoting linguistic diversity. Real-time translation tools, language learning apps, and the increasing availability of online content in various languages are breaking down communication barriers. The future of language is unlikely to be a zero-sum game. Section 6. Challenges to English, the rise of other languages. The dominance of English, while significant, isn't absolute. Other languages are making their presence felt on the world stage, challenging the linguistic status quo. Mandarin Chinese, fueled by China's economic prowess and growing global influence, is experiencing a surge in popularity. Spanish, with its vast number of speakers across Latin America and beyond, continues to assert its cultural and linguistic significance. Economic growth, demographic shifts, and a renewed emphasis on cultural identity are contributing to a more multipolar linguistic landscape. Technology, while initially seen as a force for homogenization, is also playing a role in promoting linguistic diversity. Translation tools, language learning apps, and the increasing availability of online content in multiple languages are breaking down communication barriers. A world where multiple languages can coexist and thrive is a world that embraces cultural exchange and celebrates the multiplicity of human expression. Section 7. The enduring legacy of English literature, culture, and beyond. English's influence extends far beyond its practical uses. It has shaped the world of literature, music, film, and art, leaving an enduring legacy on global culture. From the works of Shakespeare to the Beatles' iconic tunes, English has served as a vehicle for creativity, storytelling, and artistic expression that has resonated across cultures and generations. English literature, with its rich history and diverse voices, continues to captivate readers worldwide. The works of Shakespeare, Jane Austen, Charles Dickens, and countless other literary giants are studied, analyzed, and enjoyed by generations of students and book lovers. English's influence on music is equally profound. From the blues and jazz to rock and roll and hip-hop, English has been the language of popular music for over a century. The Beatles, Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, and countless other musical icons have used English to create anthems that have resonated with audiences worldwide. Hollywood, the heart of the global film industry, has produced countless blockbuster movies that have captivated audiences worldwide. Section 8. A multiplicity of voices embracing linguistic diversity. In an increasingly interconnected world, embracing linguistic diversity is paramount. Languages are not merely tools of communication, but repositories of history, culture, and identity. They reflect the unique ways in which different communities perceive the world, express themselves, and transmit knowledge across generations. Preserving linguistic diversity is essential for fostering intercultural understanding and appreciation. When languages disappear, so too do unique perspectives, traditions, and knowledge systems. Embracing linguistic diversity also means creating a more equitable linguistic landscape, one where speakers of all languages have the opportunity to learn, thrive, and contribute to society. Promoting multilingualism is crucial for fostering intercultural communication, broadening perspectives, and enhancing cognitive flexibility. Section 9. A balanced perspective: English in a multilingual world. English's influence on the world is undeniable. It has shaped global communication, influenced cultural trends, and facilitated international collaboration. However, it is essential to approach the dominance of English with a balanced perspective, recognizing both its benefits and the importance of fostering linguistic diversity. English has undoubtedly facilitated communication and collaboration on a global scale. It has enabled people from different cultural backgrounds to connect, share ideas, and work together on common challenges. In this sense, English has served as a bridge between nations, fostering understanding and cooperation. However, the dominance of English has also raised concerns about linguistic imperialism and the potential marginalization of other languages. The pressure to learn English for economic and educational opportunities can come at the expense of indigenous languages and cultural identities. The future of language is likely to be one of both convergence and divergence.